Beloved ones, we have lost a dear friend. Last September 30th, Kevin Locke, who was a longtime associate with us in presenting multi-faith, interfaith programs such as today, died suddenly of a severe asthma attack in Rapid City, South Dakota. So we'd like to present in memoriam just a little taste of his diverse work for unity and express our gratitude for the time that he spent with us here in Florida. He divided his time between Boynton Beach and Wapaka, South Dakota, on the Standing Rock Reservation up there. And it is with joyous hearts that we remember all the gifts he left with us.
Good morning, friends and relatives. We welcome you to the celebration of Kevin Locke's life and burial. We thank you all for coming. We thank you for all the prayers.
My touring performing career has taken me to 97 countries. Wow. 97 countries, and I always emphasize that I don't really think it's important to present like a cultural or tribal specific message or presentation, but it's really important to accentuate universal themes and to celebrate the oneness of humanity in everything that we share as members of one human family. So that's what I like to really accentuate with all of the aspects of my presentation. And I use folk arts, folk arts which are really universal, because everywhere throughout the world, all the diverse peoples throughout time have developed different expressions like music or dance or storytelling. And over time, as they develop, they more and more accentuate universal themes, about the innate nobility of the human spirit. So it's really a great platform or vehicle to have come to this understanding that we all have something really vital and viable to share as we see ourselves merging into a global civilization now.
And before I do this dance, I want to give a real quick intro. Basically, there's different parts of this dance, and just like Dan said, it's like a choreographed prayer. It's a prayer that we could be restored to wholeness, to wellness, all the things that the shape of the circle represents to all people's well-being, not just physically or mentally, emotionally, or spiritually, and not just individually, but collectively. And so, like I said, there's different parts of the dance, and I always say, like, there's the easy part and the hard part, and I'm only going to do the easy part. The hardest way of doing that is one hoop, because it takes a lot of speed, a lot of agility, a lot of coordination, a lot of dexterity, and a lot of athleticism. So I'm not going to do that. As you add hoops, it just gets easier and easier. So I'm not going to do the hard part from 1 to 5. I'll just do the easy part. I'll start with 6 and we'll go to 28 if that's okay with you all. And so we'll do that. Basically, if you, when you use one hoop and you start with one hoop, the designs, they celebrate our place in the hoop of life where everything is connected. Everything's interrelated. So all the designs, they celebrate that, create that interrelatedness. And so I bring the hoop around my body different kind of ways. And then from there, I'll just do what I'm going to do is just a real quick overview just to show you the part that I'm not going to do. Because it all tells a story, so for continuity's sake, I want us to be all on the same page. So if you use 2 hoops, the white one is for the moon, and then the yellow one's for the sun. And the sun, of course, is the source of energy. Now here we are at the very peak of all the power coming down from on high, the heavenly power in the form of light and heat. And everything now is embracing that, reaching up to receive a fuller portion, a fuller measure of that heavenly blessing from on high. Now you and I, we need that, but the main thing you and I need is the light of knowledge and the warmth of love. And when we have that, then we can progress, then we can advance on our journey of life. And so, as we advance, we go through stages, all of us, we go through stages. And as we go through those stages, we inevitably will encounter an obstacle, a test, something that we have to overcome. Sometimes you can get stuck, see? You can't stay stuck. You gotta struggle to get through that. And that's what gives it, that struggle gives us the capacity to reach up. So we reach up just like a plant reaching up in the spring to receive, more of that heavenly blessing. And as we do that, we can begin to stand tall, just like a tree, beautiful trees you see here. And understand the Basque people planted some trees over by the capital, I believe. But as trees, and we send down our roots and we draw strength. And that's what I live about tonight, because we're celebrating our shared roots. Whether it's African or Asian, European, of course, you can't forget our native roots, because they're all trees, branches on that tree of the human family reaching up. And as we reach up, then we can begin to see each other like with a new perspective, new eyes. Like I can look out here and see a whole bunch of strangers and be scared, but I'm not, because I don't see that. What I can really see is like a whole garden full of flowers, multi-hued, all bringing out, I'm talking about you, bringing out those blessings, color, fragrance, and all those good things. I can see strangers, or I can see a whole crowd of beautiful stars, like a constellation that can bring brilliancy and radiance into this world, guidance and hope. I can see strangers, or I can see like a whole flock of eagles soaring high in this new day. Does that make sense so far?
To express ourselves as a part of this great hoop of life. We use the art as a way to connect us to reality, to connect us with that which is good, which is real, which is eternal, timeless.
O great Spirit, whose voice I hear in the wind, and whose breath gives life to all the world.
Exactly 1 week ago, today, my husband Kevin Locke transitioned from this physical world and was born to the spiritual realms beyond. I would like to read something I wrote on his very last earthly birthday. Happy birthday to Kevin. I shared 14 years out of the 68 of Kevin's earthly life with him. I will share one mysterious fact about him. If you know him a day, you know that he has an uncanny connection to his homelands in the Dakotas. He loves the land with his entire being. It's a complete choice of his own. He lived on, learned from, and loved the land by his own volition. He made a decision as a young boy to settle in the prairies, but that is not the mysterious part. It is that the land loves him back equally. The songbirds give up their songs for him to be inspired on a flute tune. The wind wraps around him when he walks down the tall grass. The sun is sparkling more joyfully when he looks up to meet the dawn, and he loved to be the first to rise to meet the dawn. Very short prayer I'd like to offer. This is the prayer that brought him to Baha'i Faith. O Lord my God, praise and thanksgiving be unto thee, for thou hast guided me to the highway of the kingdom. suffered me to walk in the straight and far-stretching path. Illumine my eye by beholding the splendors of thy light. Incline my ear to the melodies of the birds of holiness from the kingdom of mysteries, and make me a brilliant lamp, a shining star and a blessed tree, adorned with fruit, its branches overshadowing all these regions. Verily thou art the mighty, the powerful, and the unconstrained.